What's going on, guys? Got another AMC video for y'all here today. Before we get started, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any future AMC or stock market updates. Now let's go ahead and get right into it because I have a lot to share with you this video. So if we go ahead and look at the price action from yesterday, we did close out at 37.06, and in the pre-market we are down to 36.15, just below that 36.50 support line that I like us to bounce off of. We did creep up above that 36.50 yesterday before we closed, but we are now seeing the downtrend effects before market open. Now let's go ahead and get into some of this information. Ortex Guy here with a special update. Over the past week, a lot of shares have been returned. These are not covering. This is returning of borrowed shares. The effect lowers utilization, so they can soon present the narrative that it's not being shorted much anymore, and they can get the apes to leave. They basically want to see how many of the paper hands they can get out of here by doing anything and everything possible. But at the end of the day, this is what we're looking at right here, 20.13% current short interest of the free float. And until that says zero, they haven't covered. Breaking news from Gary Gensler in the SEC hearing today. Representative David Scott said that he is, quote, putting a bill that has strong enforcement power, fines, and jail sentences to not allow social media platforms to affect our stock exchanges. Which is very, very interesting because he has been one to receive money and has been caught for insider trading before in the past. He said that retail investors will be fined from using social media to limit stock manipulation. He's basically putting the blame on us. He's saying that the retail investors are the ones that are putting out this information that is false and that we're the ones manipulating the stock market, when truly, in fact, we are just reversing the manipulation that is already on the market from the hedge funds. So I don't see anything wrong with that there. We're just playing their game and they don't like it. So maybe they should change something in their game. If we go ahead and look at this, you can see this is a list of the top 20 members of the House that receive campaign funding from commercial banks. And David Scott, the representative from Georgia that we were just talking about, is third on the list of the top 20 members of the House. So he receives a good amount of funds from commercial banks. I thought this was pretty funny. Pharmaceutical giant, this medicine costs $3 to make, but I'm selling it to sick people for $300 because I know that they can't refuse to buy it. Rich people, that's a smart business strategy. Reddit user, these GameStop shares cost me $3 each, but I'm selling them to short investors for $300 each because I know they just can't refuse to buy it. Rich people, the horror government put a stop to this. Like I just said, we play their game and they don't like it. They don't like getting a taste of their own medicine, and that's why they're playing victim here. This one's from Scorpion Capital on Twitter. Tomorrow we expose a colossal scam, potentially one for the ages. Yes, I'm so tired of them being able to do shady things. We need to just continue exposing them. Every day it seems like there's information coming out about them doing shady stuff, so we really are on a good track right now and in a good place. This is from the Wall Street Journal. SEC's Gensler aims to save investors money by squeezing Wall Street. Chairman of Securities and Exchange Commission has filled important staff jobs with academics and policy advocates from progressive lobbying groups. I'm hoping this is really good for us. I'm hoping that this is going to put laws into place that help us and kind of defend us in a way. It gives us a little bit of something to fall back on, and it allows for us to not have to do the things we're doing now. If the SEC would just stop the way Wall Street is right now, we wouldn't have to be in this war with the hedge funds. The stock market should be fair for both sides, not just fair for the rich. User of Intellect says, breaking AMC crossed the $0 threshold in dark pool liquidity yesterday, jumping from negative 188 million to positive 190 million. What this basically means is the dark pool position that last crossed $0 was on May 24th. And on May 24th, we saw that big gamma squeeze. So this could be something huge for today leading into this week. It also could mean nothing. It also could mean that they are funneling the dark pools somewhere else, or that they have a plan, and that's why it crossed this, maybe to get us a little bit excited. Who knows? But I do think this is good news for us, and we could see the effects of that very soon. This is some very good news from Matt Wallace. AMC now accepts Dogecoin for gift cards. So you can buy gift cards to AMC up to $200 using Dogecoin, which is huge. It's absolutely huge because crypto is going to be the way of the future. So if AMC is starting to accept crypto now, being one of the first movers, this is going to be huge for them. This is information that should spike the stock. This is information that should send the stock up, and in reality, with the manipulation that's going on in the market, we can see that it's just going to go down. They're forcing the stock down no matter what the news is that comes out, which clearly portrays the manipulation that we've been talking about this whole time. SEC updates vary Gary Gensler. SEC chair warns U.S. debt default would shock markets. U.S. won't ban crypto like China, which is good, which is really good for us because if crypto got banned, then we would have a huge problem. Outlined an aggressive regulatory agenda that threatens to squeeze the financial industry's profit margins. That was just a little rundown of a couple of the things that were said by Gary Gensler from the SEC the other day. I decided to take a closer look at the Federal Reserve's insider trading. I documented the trades of Jerome Powell, Rich Clarida, Rob Kaplan, and Eric Rosengren in Fed notices/speeches. They knew when to buy and when to sell. Amazingly, this is bad. And if we can go ahead and zoom in on this chart, we see after this upward trend, right as it starts to go down, boom, sold over anywhere between 1 million to 5 million shares, and it dropped all the way down and then continued to go up. And these are the buying points right here. So they just rebought. And it's funny because you notice every time they rebought, it was right before a spike. It's almost like they were insider trading or something. Last one I got here, Senator Warren to deliver floor speech on federal corruption at 11 a.m. today. This is something that you need to keep an eye on because this could expose more than we think, and it could mean something for the future of the Fed. This is something I'm really looking forward to, as well as very looking forward to that court date on October 25th to see where that goes as well. Now let's go ahead and get into the price prediction for today. So this being down to 36.15, I do expect us to fight a little bit with 36.15 as we open. And most likely, since we are in a downtrend right now, I do see us going up a little bit, maybe upward trend to consolidation. Back around that 37 level, 37.10, using that as support. I do not think that we will feel any effects yet, but I think that today could be a little bit of a volatile day before we see something coming this week because there's a lot going on right now and there's a lot that should be affecting this stock. But like I said, the manipulation is very strong. So when good news comes out, it doesn't really matter. It only matters when bad news comes out. So they're just going to keep forcing this down as much as they can until they can't afford to anymore, which they won't be able to afford to. They already can't afford to. They lose millions and billions of dollars a day by shorting this stock. So at some point, they're just going to run out of money to keep shorting it, and they're just going to have to give in and cover. And most likely, they might run themselves into the ground. Citadel could run themselves into bankruptcy if they keep up this pattern. But that's about all I got for you guys today. Keep holding. I'd like to see, hopefully we could see an upward trend today, get a little bit of a green day going, and be ready for some news coming out because there's a lot going on. Until next time, peace.